Okay, banded cat-cow. You'll need a band, and you'll need to know how to do cat-cow, right? So you can hold this one of two ways. 4 fingers through the loops, thumbs out, and that can get you into this position. This is more comfortable on the hands for sure, but the weight is going to be less distributed into one area and more into like globally into the entire thoracic or entire lumbar spine, which is fine if that's what feels good for you. I personally like to grab the band like this. This is harder on the hands. It's harder to maintain on the hands. It doesn't feel great, honestly, but it allows there to be just a single line across the thoracic or lumbar spine to create more load and more challenge. And I get way more better feeling feedback when the band is like this. So play around with those variations and decide what you like. I'm gonna go with this variation. So we're gonna start with the thoracic spine. I'm gonna come across the thoracic spine where the placement of the band is matters, sure, but if you have it too high and you're trying to target too high, when you go into cat, the band will snap into your neck. So try and find like mid thoracic, like right at the bottom of your scapulas or just below the scapulas, right? Find that area, come across forward, and then come down into quadruped position. I'm in my fists because it feels better on my hands to hold them, the band like this in this position. And then when you go into cat-cow, when you round into the band and drive into the band into cat, the band is load fighting against you to strengthen your ability to get into this position. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And then when you go into cow, it feels good for the band to pull you into cow, which is fine, but don't be lazy about it. Don't just allow it to pull you in. You can allow it to passively pull you in, but what I also want is for that band to give you feedback in the spine so that you know where that band is at on your spine. Try and allow it to pull you, and you yourself actively pull yourself deeper into thoracic extension. Find your end, fight for more. Drive the opposite direction into the band. Curl in, curl in, curl in. Let the band help you into extension, but then right where that band is at, squeeze deeper into extension. Get the deepest extension you can. Find your end, fight for more. And then back and forth like that. So if you're targeting the thoracic spine, you go there. Targeting the lumbar spine, very easy. You just bring it to your low back. Same thing here. Now that it's in my low back, drive into the band, flexion. Allow the band to pull you into extension. Once you find your end range extension, actively fight for a little more. Right where the band is at, hinge into it, or allow the band to hinge you deeper. Drive, pull, drive, drive, drive. Allow it to pull you forward. Find your end, squeeze, fight a little more, squeeze, 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 and drive through. Another thing here, we're just doing global cat-cows with the band as feedback. What we're not doing here is articulated cat-cows with the band somewhere in the thoracic or lumbar spine. Global cat-cows, allowing that band to be the apex of where the movement is at.